recording all this stuff. Okay. So now we are. Okay. All right. So today is September the 23rd, and this is, I think, yes, this is class number 9, and we're going to be working on this. So now we're going to be doing in this class is we're going to be working on the custom garage. We're turning the corner, and we're moving into actually some content that I'm going to teach you how to actually build this thing and to kind of make it work. So tonight we should be able to get done probably with the bulk of it, the bulk of it. But then there's a lot of other stuff that goes along with it. There's things that you have to do to make it complete. Notably, the sections. You got to make sections for this one. You also have to make elevations. And all this, I didn't check the template today. I probably should have, but I think the template should be all squared away. We should be good about that. Okay, so that is, we just went ahead and did this. So let me go ahead and update this right now. Okay, so what I gave you right here, first of all, let me introduce the concept of what we're doing right now. Let me go ahead and let me move over into the right thing here. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do this. I'm going to blind you for a second here. And then I'm going to open up a file and then I'll show you what I'm talking about. There it is. Okay. And I'm going to explain this project to you, and then you guys are going to work on it. As I mentioned before, when you're working with Colin, did you say that you could hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, so we're recording. We should be good to go. Okay, so here's the deal. What we're doing right now is we're going to work on this. Let me kill the lights a little bit here so I can do this a little bit. Okay. I actually have all this in several different iterations out on the internet on my YouTube channel from the different weeks that I've done this and so forth. But it's essentially there. And this is essentially, I use this as my first project that we're really doing, because the reason why is it's really simple. It's a simple project, and yet I want you to get it exactly right. Okay, now we talked about how to get our dimensions exact. Okay, I'm going to require that. Okay, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. That means you're not going to hand in something where your dimensions are measuring to the center of the wall if I've specified they go to the exterior of the wall. That's not good enough. Okay, I will mark that down. You're going to lose points for everything, because this is supposed to be, you just look at this and you copy it and you're exact. Okay, it's right in front of you. And there, if you have any questions, you can ask me, but it's pretty much all going to be right there. I've been teaching this one for probably 6 or 7 years now, and tends to be a good way of learning. Okay, so again, this is a fairly straightforward project. Okay, you've essentially got a rectangular area. It's got a slab underneath it. It's got some garage doors, and it's also got a roof, and it's got some other things. Okay, so let's start to look at this for a minute here. Let's do this. Go ahead right now and get your document in front of you right here. I want to show you something here. So this is pretty much the way most documents will work. I simplified it greatly, simply because I want to make sure you guys would be able to kind of figure out what's going on. So on the front page, what you got right here, this is going on right here. And this is a picture, it's a 3D picture, which is very common when you're talking about a set of construction documents. That's how they typically work. So we have this here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull that up online, because I actually posted this on Brightspace too. So if you don't have a set of the documents, then what you can do is just go online to Brightspace, because I've got it out there too. So I'm going to go here to Brightspace, and we'll go here. And I'm going to go over here to the, over here, this is the custom garage. Okay, right here, custom garage. Now, over here, I actually just updated this today to the most recent version. So take a look at this. I'm going to download this. I'm going to open it up. Okay, so here's the file. And all right, there we go. So it looks like this. Now check this out. You got this here. That's your first sheet. Now notice you've got a sheet list. This is very much an important thing. Your sheet list right here is where you actually talk about actually what's going to be on here. You've all seen these before. This is an extremely simplified version. And I want you guys to just, essentially you're going to do this yourselves. A lot of what I put together in this particular project, the template's going to populate automatically. That being said, you've got a cover sheet, which is the sheet you're on right now, a first floor plan, a second floor plan, you got elevations, a foundation plan, wall sections, and standing. So let's take a look at what these look like, just so that you're familiar with them. Now going down here a little bit, here is the first floor plan. Now please notice that if you zoom into this right here, you can see exactly what's going on. All right, so if you got the set of documents I gave you, you can look at that. If it's still not clear enough, you can look here. Now check this out here. You can see clearly here that the dimensions are not going to the center of the wall, correct? You guys can see that? They're going to the edge. So that's the biggest thing you want to see here. Now here, this one might be a little tougher to see. But what's going on right here is this is going to the inside track. There's actually two blue lines here and two blue lines here. I'll show you what I mean by that. This is where people can sometimes get a little bit, this can sometimes be a little bit confusing. So let me zoom in that a little closer. Okay, there you go. Now you can see, can you guys see that a little better? There's two dashed lines there? Yeah, you can see that. So this tells me it's 2 feet going from this outside to this outside, okay? So that means that this 9-foot dimension is going from the inside track to the inside track, okay? Does that make sense? If you're not clear, just zoom into it and it'll all be right there. Then your job is to make sure that the dimension line goes where it's supposed to go. We talked about how to do that. We're going to review it again tonight. But this is what it's supposed to look like. You can all do this. But that's what it's supposed to look like. So that is how a set of documents gets put together. Now let me show you the next thing here. So we go ahead and zoom out down here a little bit further. All right, so we got this. So that's your first floor plan. Pretty straightforward, but it's got to be exactly this. You actually do have door tags here. You've got garage door tags here. And you also have a regular door tag here, regular door tag here. You got an attic stair here. Yeah, question?
How can we zoom in with the mouse on a PDF?
You hold your control key down and you roll the wheel forward. Yeah, if you didn't know that, you hold the control key down, you roll the wheel forward. That is how you zoom into a PDF.
Thank you.
Yep. And then I'm going to go down here. Now, this is the second floor. Pretty simple. It would seem, but there's something going on here. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys a question. Riddle me this. Okay, I want to see if you guys can kind of interpret drawings and see what's going on right here. Remember that whenever you're drawing a floor plan, you got to cut the floor plan off somewhere. There has to be a certain location. Is it at 4 feet? Is it at 8 feet? Is it an inch above the floor? Okay, so it's 4 feet for this room right here. So let me just kind of show you this right now. And let me just ask a question. You'll probably know. But right here, you only see part of the wall here and part of the wall there. Why would that be? Yes?
The roof.
Yes, the roof is cutting off the rest. That's exactly right. And so, thank you. I appreciate that. Softball over the plate. When I ask these questions, it's always going to be a softball right over the plate. You can crush it over the fence every time. So if I ask the question, it means you know the answer. Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right, so that's what you got there. So what's happening is, and we've all seen these. You've been in like the older homes, attics, like up in Rochester. Then you go on up there, you go in the attic. And when you get there, you're kind of like hunched over, and it's like the peak is like maybe 8 feet or whatever it is. But you go over the sides, it's way down here. That's what that condition is showing right there. That's what that is. That's what it looks like. So that is what's happening there. The rest of it's pretty straightforward. You've got essentially wood floor. It's for storage. And then you have some attic stairs here that actually penetrate and go right down. Very good. Okay, so that is how that looks. Also notice that you have this. This is a window tag, number 2. Going down to here, you now have elevations. Now, these should populate pretty much all by themselves. Once you do this, they should populate, and this should go right into the plan. They should. We'll see how that works. And because I've kind of put that together. So as long as you center it properly, you shouldn't have a problem. But these are your dimensions, those your elevations, they should populate quite nicely. Notice that you got level 1 and you got level 2, and then you got your footing down here, which is -2 feet beneath grade. And that is how this one works here. So those are your elevations. Next thing down here, you have, this is your foundation plan. I deliberately kept it simple. And this one right here is 30 feet by 24 inches. It's a big concrete slab. This dashed line around the perimeter is the thickened edge slab, 12 inches by 24. This is something we're going to have to spend some time with. This is a section. Sections are a bit more complicated. There's a bit more going on. They're not that complicated, and there's some really cool tricks you can use to just kind of like get ahead of the game. But you notice right here, I've got this anchor bolt right here. So I got this anchor bolt that's actually holding this down. That information did not come from the Revit plan. That is something that you actually add later to add more information. Now, here's the thing. Why would I do that? Why would I not just let the Revit plan just describe everything? Here's the reason why. When you ask somebody to put something like this into your yard, okay, you put the plans together and you sign on the dotted line, and you say, yes, this is what I want you to build, all right? Let's say that some things are not called out. They don't say this. They don't say you're supposed to bolt it down, and so they don't. If they don't bolt it down and the garage falls over, what happens? Somebody gets sued, okay? Or insurance has to pay. And then the lawyers come out, okay? So because of that, they look back and say, okay, what did the document say? What did the drawings say that were signed off on? What did you agree to? And if you agreed to this anchor bolt being in place and the anchor bolt wasn't put in, the builder's in trouble. However, if that anchor bolt is not in there and it gets built and it falls over, it's the designer's fault. Make sense? Okay, someone's going to be at fault. And so this is why all the stuff has to be spelled out to the nth degree at a ridiculous level because of lawyers. Because if it doesn't work out right, people sue each other. Therefore, you have to document the stuff. So what you have to do with Revit is Revit does not have at this stage of its development, it does not have enough intelligence to actually say, oh, okay, I've got a wall right there. Well, I'm going to go ahead and also put a bolt down into the pavement. It's going to be a curved anchor bolt. It's going to be, 3/8 of an inch thick, and it's going to be 6 inches deep or 9 inches deep with a 90-degree bend on it. And then I got a 2x4 sitting on top that it's actually going to go through. It doesn't have that level. So you have to add this information afterwards. And yes, you go back into AutoCAD mode for this. You're basically going back into 2D drafting to make this work. You're using the section to get started, but then you go in to do this, which is a little bit bogus. When I first heard that, I was like, you got to be kidding me. But that is the state of the art right now. Maybe in 5-10 years that'll be different, but for right now, that's what's there. That's why they need people who can draft. And this is so we're all there. Then the last thing is a door schedule and a window schedule, which is essentially just a list. Okay, so a list of doors and a list of windows. That's what that is right there. And this automatically populates. So that is where we're going. Let me show you how to get there. So we've done all this. So I'm going to leave this up here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up this right here. This is what I have been, this is what it looks like right here. So this is what we have. So what we're going to do is to start this. This is the completed project right here. And glasses are very dirty. All right, let's see here. Okay, so we have this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by going to level 1. And when you go to level 1, it looks like this. Now, what do we have here? Well, we have walls, okay? And if I zoom into here, I can see that there are more layers out here to the outside as I take a look at that. That tells me that the outside has the cedar shake siding. Okay, so that's what I have. That's what I'm looking at right there. So that is what that's going to be. Now, the actual overall dimensions are 24 feet in this direction. And they're actually 36 feet now. I didn't put that on there. I'll put that on there right now. And 36 feet. Let me see if I can't get that. Yeah, that should. Is that not great? Okay. All right, there we go. And I go up there, and that is 30 feet. So it's 30 feet this direction and 24 feet in the other. So that's what we'd start with. Okay, so let's get started here. Let's go ahead and start this, and we'll take this as far as we can with the time we have. So we're going to go over here to Brightspace, and on Brightspace, this is our custom garage, plans. Okay, it's right here. And what you're going to find here is a template. I've got this custom garage template. This is master from 2021, and we are going to go ahead and we're going to download that. So you click on it, and when you click on it, you have the ability to download it right here. It's going to hit download, and it's downloading it right now. It crunches up here. Don't double click on it, because then you'll have to save it as a template and then bring in the template and save it as a project. So we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to go over here to Revit. Let me get rid of this one. And into Revit, we're going to go. And then we're going to go here. We're going to go to File. And we're going to go to New Project. File, New Project. And it wants a template. And so you're going to browse out to your template. And your template's going to be wherever you saved it, which is going to be, if you go to your desktop, and then you go to downloads, it should be right there. Just right there. And so you want to find your custom garage plan. You're going to use this as your template. So you're going to grab that. And then you're going to go ahead and click Open. And then you're going to click OK. And it's going to take a second to crunch because this is an older template. It's a few different, previous to 2025, the school had 2022. They never did 2023 or 2024. Okay, so then you start with this right here. Let me see how you guys are doing. Okay. Now, some of you have already started to do this. Okay, that's good. That's good. And that's great. So this is what you're going to do here. And as you're doing this, let me just be very clear about this. As you're beginning to work with this, go out to 3D and check it here and there to make sure that you're drawing it correctly. The reason why I say this, and also put dimensions on it, because it can be sometimes a little bit painful to backtrack. So this is what we're going to do here. So over here in this area, we're going to first of all check out, go to our wall, and I've already got the wall here. The basic garage wall is right there. It's all set. So I'll tell you right now how this works. I'm going to go here. I'm going to turn the visual style on to realistic, and I'm just going to go ahead and zoom into here so I can click here. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to go up there. Now that is what you want. Notice that the actual extra layer is facing to the left. That's the outside. So the distance here, and again, I'm going from edge to edge. I'm going from, I'm going finished face exterior, and I'm going to go up here, and the distance here, what do we say that was? That is 24. So I'm going to type in 24. Yes, sir.
I
I'm
accidentally
sorry?
deleted the wall, like the tab that shows like the material that the wall is made of. How do I add that back?
Okay, you shut down your property, so you did.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the size of it. What you want to do, if that happens, is I'll show you a real easy way to do it. Click on modify right here, and then just click on properties right there.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, so I just did that. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to make sure my dimensions are right. So to do this, I end my wall command. What do I mean by that? If you're in the wall command, you're going to notice that your ribbon up here is green. If you see green, green means go, meaning that you are right now in gear. The car has not been taken out of gear. Therefore, you're still driving. You're still making walls. So to get out of gear, you press your escape key and your ribbon goes back to white. Now you can just zoom around without fear of creating new walls where you don't want them. So you want to do that. Okay, so now that I've done that, I may want to move this down a little bit just so that I can go ahead and do that. So the move command, we talked about that the other day. To move something, first of all, I select everything just like this. I'll grab, I don't want to grab that. So I'll just grab everything like this. And then you can do a few things. I can just use my arrow keys, or I can just go ahead and do this. Or the other thing you can do is click on one of these and just drag it over like this. You can do that too. So if you want to drag these over, these are elevation markers. They are there to serve you. You are not here to serve them. So you can just go ahead and take these things and move them out a little bit. And when you click on the square, it's the easiest way to move them. So click on the square and just drag them away like that. And you have plenty of room just like that. Now, once you've drawn this, I advise you to click on this right here and find out what it is. Oh no, I drew it wrong. Did I? Did I? Well, let's find out. I got to figure it out. So I go there. I got to make sure my dimension line is going to the right place. If I don't do that, I don't really know. So you go there, and is it correct now? Yeah, it is. Also, when you get a dimension and you like it, you can make it permanent by clicking on this right here. Click on this, and that makes it permanent. and it makes it black. And now that's documenting. So what I do is as I'm working with this, when I know I've got something right, I put a temporary dimension on it, I make it permanent, and I know that's done. Okay. Then I move to the next thing. And if I see that black dimension line, I know I got it done. If I don't see that, then I know that it's still in question. Now I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on this wall here. And when I click on this wall, I may think I got it wrong. But remember, you just move your dimension lines by clicking on this, and it actually goes inside, outside, or middle. Now that's correct, 30 feet. So I click on there. You always have to make sure that it's correct. You do not want to advance until you know it's right. Then take a look at it in 3D and verify that it looks something like this. If it looks something like this, you are in good condition right there. So that's the first thing you want to do. So you want to get that down in there and get that perfectly in place right there. Okay, now I'm just going to move on to the next thing. I'm going to save this right now as custom garage with my last name. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to save as project, and this one's going to be all in caps. I'm going to save it to my desktop. And this one, sorry, my voice is going a little bit. Custom garage. You. All right, I'm just going to type in Brennan. And I'm going to put in today's date. You won't do this, but I'm doing it right now because I need to distinguish it from other files that I have. So I'm putting in the date. You do not put in the date. So I'm doing that, and now it's in place. Okay, now that I've done that, and I want to make this as clear as possible, then you look at your first floor plan. Now, let me ask you a question here. Look at your first floor plan, and let's determine how far the double door is away from the upper left corner. What's the distance from the door to the upper left corner?
4 feet.
It's 4 feet. And also notice what door number it is. It's door number 1. To figure out which door that is, you just go ahead and go to your door schedule. And when you go to your door schedule, it'll tell you. That's on the last page. Door number 1 is door double glass, 60 by 80 inches. Okay, so I can figure that out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here to door, and I'm going to look for, there's the door double glass right there. I put this here to make it easy for you guys. And then I'm going to take it, I'm going to place it right now. Look what it's doing. It's putting this in here, which is great. I'm just going to put it right around there. Now, when I place it there, that's good, except I didn't put a tag on it. So I'll put tag on, I'll do it again. So I'm going to tag, and I'll put this right around there, and I'll just go ahead and I'll drop it just like that. Now, when I do that, the number's wrong, so I have to update it. So to update these numbers, you click on them, and then you change them. That's got to be number 1. Okay, so now what I've got right here is I've got this distance. Now remember, I can change it. I want to go from edge to the outside. So that's the edge to the outside right there. And that says 3 foot 11 and a half. I got pretty close. So I'll just go ahead and make it 4, then do that. And that dimension is good right there. So that's good. And I can go ahead and click on that. Now that's a permanent dimension. And to move a dimension, you can just click it and drag it and put it up like that. That is how you do this. And then you would do the same thing with your dimension here. I'm just going to go from the outside here to here. And I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. I'm going to drop that right there. Okay, so I have that. Now, those dimensions are taken care of. And this is how it goes. It's just lather, rinse, and repeat now. So then the biggest thing you need to do right now is to make sure that you are getting them in the proper position and get dimensions on them so you know. All right, now, please just direct your attention to me because the garage doors here are a little, I'm going to put this one up here, and then we're going to move from there. So look at the door at the upper right of our plan. How far away is the door's edge from the upper right corner? Upper right corner? 4. I'm seeing 4 feet right there, and it's door number 2. It's door number 2. So if we go to the if we go here, door number 2, that's a half glass door, 36 by 80. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to grab that door. So door, and I'm going to change this to half glass door, 36 by 80. I'm going to put this right around here, kind of like that. And I'm going to drop that there. And so I've got this, and then what I want to do is I want to do the same thing here. I click on the little dimension line, so it goes to the outside, and then I can adjust that to 4, and it moves it over, just like that. And when I got the dimension that I like, I click it there. and I can go ahead and pull this up. And when I do this, one of the cool things about this is Revit tries to make these line up. Like if I pull, look at this. When I pull up to there, see that? See, you guys see that alignment line show up? So it does that. Okay, so that's what you want to do. And then I'm going to put another dimension on this. I'm going to go from here to here to there. And now, if I did this correctly, the remainder from here to here should be 14 feet, and it is, just like that. So we have that. Now, at this point, I can pick whichever one I want. I'll align this one there. And these, by the way, the dimension lines, they want to align with each other. So if you just click on them and move them, they're going to try to align with each other. So then you want to save it. Now, this is how this goes. This is painstaking work. You have to go through it, and you got to just, you can't cheat the grind, okay? You can't do it. Okay, but please direct your attention to my screen now. I want to show you how to do these garage doors, because this is where people typically get tripped up. So let me show you this real quickly. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go out to the, didn't I have this open? I thought I had this open as a, yeah, let's see here. Thought I had this open as a PDF. I do. Okay, there it is. So going over to here, again, I'm just going to go with this. I'm going to zoom into it. And now look what I've got here. First of all, I got door number 3, and that's 9 feet wide. Okay, let me do this way. And it's 9 feet wide. And the dimension, the 9-foot dimension is coming from the inside track to the inside track. That's how that works. So my goal is to get that perfectly placed. Let me show you how to do that. Okay, and once I do this one, I'm going to let you guys just kind of tear off on your own. So I'm going to do a door right here. And when I go to door, I'm going to put in here the garage door. And that's this one here, door, garage, embossed panel. And is that the right one? 96? No, that's not. Let's see here. The one I want, make sure I got the right one here. It's this one. It's 108. You want to make sure you get the 108. Why? Because 108 inches is 9 feet. Okay, so that's what I want. So I'll click on this one, and now watch this. I'm going to bring it over here, and it starts to begin to put it in here. Now, I want the tracks to go inside like that. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop it there, and that is in position. Now, let me show you how I have to get this in place. I'm going to click on this, and when I do this, it's going to tell me it's 2 feet from there to there. Well, that's not where I want it to go. I want it to go 2 feet to the outside. So I move that 2 feet to the outside. Then I have to take this and move it to this part right there. It's sticky work. I guarantee it, but this is the details, man, are where you're going to really shine. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to shine because I'm showing you how to shine. So what now? You've got this going right here. I'm going to go there. And I'm going to type in 2 for 2 feet. And that places that right there. That door is perfectly placed. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this and move it over here. So that is exactly how that's done. That's 2 feet. Now that I've done that, the next dimension, I'll just go ahead and use this. And I'm going to go right from, and this is the thing, you go from dimension to dimension. So I'll go right from here and inside track to inside track. Okay. And I go to inside track to inside track. And isn't it beautiful? It's 9 feet. Exactly what it should be. Now, at that point, that is how that space goes. Okay, so you put that together. And I'm doing this partly to just show you that it can be done. Because sometimes, students can be like, I don't know how to do this. And I say, well, I'm showing you, it can be done. You just have to get used to these things. And, it's a little bit of learning curve. You're going to do it, though. You're going to do it. All my students do. You're going to do it, too. So one more here. I'm going to go to door one more time. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to take this. Actually, I don't know if I told you. I just got done teaching Revit all day today and yesterday. So this is what I do. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to go over here and I'm going to put another dimension on here. I'm going to go to here and I'm going to put a dimension here and see what that is. So we'll go from here to here. I'm going to pull it up. Now look at that. Now that is actually 1 foot 9 3/4. And I don't want it to be that. I want it to be 2 feet. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on that again and change that. Now that's a permanent dimension. So I can do a couple things here. I got a couple things I can do. I can just click on this door and I can just use my arrow keys until it gets down to around 2 feet. And if I'm close but not exactly there, if you zoom in, you get a little better accuracy. All right, which is what I'm doing there. And when you do that, you can just use your arrow keys. And now it's 2 feet. And now once I've got that, I just do the same thing I did before. I put another dimension, again, going from the inside track to the inside track, just like that. And I pull it over here. It's again 9 feet. We do that. And then we do it one more time to finish it at the end here. So I'll go from here to the outside, just like that, and that is how that's done. So that is how the space is solved. That is how you actually would go ahead and make that work. So can it be done? Yes, it can be done. So you want to get the windows and the doors all perfectly placed on this first floor with tags. When you're done, compare it to your sheet, and then you're going to go ahead and take a look at it in 3D, and you're going to see it looks something like this right here. And it starts to really start to come together, and that is what you're going to do. So let's go ahead and start working on that, and then I'll move you to the next thing. So I'll let you do that for about the next 5-10 minutes. Let's get this done. Yes, sir.
How do you put the tags in?
The tags. When you're putting in a door, if you go to door right here, as you're doing it, you can just use this to tag on placement. After the fact, if you already got the door in, you can do it. You can put them in after. So to put them in after, you go to annotate. Annotates right here, and you go ahead and go to tag by category. And so you click on tag by category, and then you just go ahead and you click on the item that you want to tag. And in this case, you're going to notice that it's trying to put in that line. That's a leader. So you can just go ahead and go to this part and tell it you don't want a leader line. So tell you don't want a leader line, and then click on this, and it's going to go ahead and it's going to give you a new tag. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So go ahead and start working on that, you guys, and save your work. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes. I'm going to wait till probably around quarter after. Then I'm going to move to the next thing just to kind of keep you going, and we'll take this as far as we can. So, and if you've already got that done, feel free to go to the second floor and see if you can't work that out, and then we'll work on the roof. We'll work on the roof tonight too. So work on that. I'll give you guys a few minutes, and then we'll take it from there. And if there's any questions, please feel free to ask, but do your best to try to figure it out. And if something's just kind of like you're hitting the wall, ask a friend or ask me. Yes.
For the door in the top left.
Yeah.
Your plans show going inside, but you had it outside. Do you want us to do it going out?
Oh, good question. No, good catch. Yeah. So if you have that, you click on this, and then you can click on this right there, and you can do that. So yeah. And actually, though, you know what? They probably should swing out. Now I think about it. That's a miss on my part. Just leave them like the plan, though. Just leave them swinging in. That's fine, and that's good. So yeah, match the plan. That's what you want to do. So many things I want to teach you, but again, I want to just get you guys comfortable with this, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to. Anyone need more light? Or you guys good?
How do we flip the doors again? I didn't see it.
Yeah, what you do is to flip the door. If you click on the door, these little arrows show up. Just click on the arrow, and it flips it like that. See that? Make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's all you do. All right.
How do you move
To move the tag, you just click on it, zoom into it, and then you want to, zoom in pretty close and click right on it. And what'll happen is you'll see a little move thing,
Yeah.
and just click on that and just drag it. That's all you got to do. And don't forget your undo and your redo. It's interesting. Huh. No, it's not the right one. Wrong window. Hmm.
You want us to put that slider window in? Bottom?
You're doing the whole thing exactly as the plan says. If you're not sure what the particular item is, you're going to do this whole thing just like I'm doing it right now. So that is yep. And if you look at the window schedule, it's going to tell you what that is, which is a slider with trim 60 by 36 inches. So the biggest thing that this exercise teaches you is we've been looking at tools. I've been very clear about how to measure things and why you need to measure things and how you need to be right on and you got to pay attention. Now you're going to do it and you're going to make sure that they are where they're supposed to be. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. But the thing is, do your level best to try and get it where it should be, and then we'll take it from there. And yeah, I got about 5 minutes and we're going to move to the next thing.
Something's wrong with one of my walls.
Hmm?
Something's wrong with my south wall. It's, the brick is inverted. Really.
That's why I said to zoom in really close and make sure it's going in the right way as you're doing it. But if you click on the wall and then you right click on it, you can use change wall orientation. When you do that, it'll flip it outside. But when you do that, you need to check your dimensions and make sure that it change. Yes, sir. Beckett.
So I think you put it the dimensions from the inside of the track, right, to the outside of the wall on the top one?
That's what the plan shows.
Okay.
We're using what the plan says. The measurement, again, to be very, very clear, is again, the plan shows it to you. If you're not sure, you can look at the PDF. And the PDF, this is why I'm trying to get you guys to do this on your own, because ultimately you're going to have to come up with these answers on your own. So what we got right here is over here. Let me get this light doesn't want to go. Okay, over here, yeah. But what you got right here, see this? It's 2 feet from the outside edge to the inside track.
Yeah, I'm
there.
having difficulty switching from have it from the outside track to the inside track.
You just grab it and pull it. You just click on the thing and pull it. That's what I showed you, and that's all you have to do. So it's that. Yeah, watch this. So what you do is if it's not in the right place, you click on it and you just drag it to the other one. That's all you have to do. So don't overthink it. You can do it. You just have to click and drag it, and it'll obey you. Just go ahead and just get in the driver's seat, and you would be surprised how quickly it'll do what you want it to do.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Yep. Good question.
For the window, the one dimension doesn't line up on the side of the window.
You got to grab the dimension line and make it obey. I had to do the same thing. So check this out right here. See this? You got to take that thing and you got to force it to do what you want it to do. It'll do it. See this right here? You just got to be like at this right here. What it's doing is it's probably doing this, right? It's doing this.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. What you got to do is you got to click on this and just got to drag it and touch what you want it to measure. You just got to force it. That's one of the reasons I got you guys doing this because that's part of what you have to do in Revit to get stuff accurate.
The line doesn't even pop up though. It doesn't highlight. It's weird.
Let me take a look. Are you doing this on your laptop? Because I can't help you on your laptop. Okay.
Can I go to the bathroom real quick?
Yeah, yeah. And you don't have to ask. You're adults. You don't have to ask me. Okay, just one more minute and we'll move into the next thing. All right. Okay, save your work. I'm going to show you the next thing here. And then we're going to move on to something else. So just hang on for a second. I'm going to show you the next thing. And so we're going to save this. Now, the one thing that I've not documented is the floor type. So I'll show you what that is right now. The floor type is actually, let me get to that view. Floor type, I'm going to go ahead and click on the floor. If I can do that. Let me try this. Can I? Yeah, I should be able to click on the floor. Okay, I clicked on the floor. Now this is a generic floor, 12 inches. Now notice that the floor, actually the finish, it's floor generic 12 inches. And over here, you take a look at it, it just goes from the outside corner to the outside corner. So that's what we're going to do right now. So easiest way to do this is just go over here. And what we're going to do is we're going to put that in right now. So just zoom out a little bit and then we're going to put a floor in. So we're going to floor. And the floor right there is generic 12 inches. And we're just going to use our rectangle. Easiest way to do it. Rectangle, outside edge to outside edge. So again, notice that my walls don't look like that. They look like this. Okay, we talked about this. You're going to need to use it. All right. If you don't, your results may vary. and you don't want them to vary too much. So you want to just go ahead and get used to using these tools so you know what you're looking at. So go ahead and put that in there. And once it's done, you take a look at this and well, Shazam, look at that. That's got a nice garage floor now. So there you go. And that's the next step. Okay.
Save.
You want to save it. Absolutely. You got it. All right. So you've got that. Now, so that is the bulk of the stuff for the first floor, but not all. There's actually something else in here that you need to place. Let's go back to level 1. I'll show you what it is. You probably noticed that there were some small little objects around the perimeter. The small little objects around the perimeter. Does anybody know what this is right here? Anybody? Take a guess.
No.
It's a good guess. It's actually it's the that is actually the notation for receptacle. Okay, so any place that you plug in down here on the wall, that's a receptacle. That's what it looks like on a floor plan. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and place some around here. Now you're going to notice I have them right here. They don't. I didn't give you dimensions for those because typically that they just don't go. They just go on a stud or whatever. So you got 2 on this wall. You got 2 on this wall. 1 on this wall and 3 on this wall. So we're just going to put those in. So to do this, let me show you what we do. I'm going to go ahead and go back to here. And this is how you do that. First of all, let me identify what they are. So when I go here, I'm going to not save that. I'm going to go here. When I click on this, this tells me what it is. It's an outlet duplex single, meaning it doesn't have two, it's not a 2-gang. It's an outlet duplex single. So that's what this is. So to put this in, we're going to go to over here and I'm going to go to, this is under your systems. So if you go to systems right here, and then you go over here to your, let's see here. I think it's under, let's see, it's on device. Let's see here. Actually, you know what? I think it might be right here. Let me try this. Let me try component. Let me see if I can get it right here. Yeah, it's right here, actually. We can just do it this way. So what easiest way to do it is go here to your component. And when you go to component right here, you can hit this drop down, and down here you'll see it. This is a outlet duplex single right here. Outlet duplex single under most recently used types. It's right here. And you just take it and you bring it and put it on the wall. And I'm going to have one roughly right around here. And I'm going to have one roughly right around here, like that. One goes on this wall, and then 3 go on this wall. 1, 2, and 3. And then over here, I have 2 more over here. And again, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And we'll go ahead and do that. And that is how you put those in. Now, an entire electrical plan would be much more involved in this, but that's all we're doing right here. You typically have circuit traces and so forth, but we're not going to worry about all that. So just go ahead and put those in. And then, let's see here. It's interesting. Can I put that in on that floor? No. Try this again. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. So we have that. Okay, now, next we're going to do here, save your work. I'm going to show you something interesting here. Save your work. Because what I want to do right now is I want to talk about how to put a roof on. Because when you guys put the roof on before, nearly all of you did a hip roof, which is the default. That's fine. It's a proper roof. It's fine. Not as common as it used to be. Most roofs are not hip roofs in the States. They're usually gables. Gables are like you see here. This is a gable roof that we see in our plan. So if we go here and take a look at this, this is a gable roof. That means it basically slopes in 2 directions. So how do we do that? We're going to take a look at that right now. So, or will we? Let's see here. Yes, we can do this. All right, let's go over here. I'm going to show you how to do this, okay? So we're going to take a little segue out here, a little sidebar, and we're going to go over here to Brightspace. So go to Brightspace and go to your table of contents right here, and we'll take a look at what we have. And just the course content, you want to do this. And here, this one's going to be the, you want to go to Revit Intro Assignments right here. go to Revit Intro Assignments. And then I have here, this right here, it's called Stair Practice 3-Story. We're going to use it for roof practice. So go here to Stair Practice and click on that. Okay, you see Stair Practice 3-Story. Can you guys see this? Yes, no? All right. Click on download. Now this one, because we're not using a template, we can just double click on this. If you're just opening up a file, you can double click on this and that's no problem because you're not going to worry about saving it. So upgrade the model and it's going to come in. We're just going to take a look at this. I want to show you something interesting. So when you bring it in, it's going to look like this. So go ahead and open that up and we're going to work with this in terms of working with a roof. So let's go ahead and open this up. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Okay, so what we just did there, to be clear, we went out here and we went to Brightspace. And we went to Brightspace, we went out here, and we went to our Revit Intro Assignments, which are over here. We went to our Revit Intro Assignments, right there. And then once you go to the Revit Intro Assignments, you're going to go over here to the Stair Practice 3-Story, right there. And you're going to click on it. And when you click on it, it's going to come up over here. It's going to download. Well, you got to ask it to download, so you download it. And then once you download it, it shows up here, and you just double click on it. And when you double click on it, it's going to take a second, and it's going to go ahead and do this. Let's go ahead and pull that open. All right. All right. Okay, so now that we've got this going on right here, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to show you how to work on your roof right here. Okay, so to go on the roof, this is what you're looking at, and this is typically I use this for stairs. We're going to use it for roof right now. Now, what we're going to do right here is we're going to go to level 4. So go here, over here to your project browser, and go to level 4. And when you go to level 4, it looks like this. Now, to put a roof on is actually very simple. We're just going to start by making a flat roof. We're going to start by making a flat roof at no slope. So to do this, we're going to do it from this view right here. And we're going to go over here to our roof tool, which is right here. And you want to use roof by footprint. Roof by footprint right there. So click on roof by footprint. And then please notice we're going to make a flat roof. So we're going to uncheck define slope. Nothing is going to be a slope. And we also want to give it an overhang of 1 foot. It's got a 1 foot overhang and it does not define a slope. Okay. Now, once you've got that, you're going to notice that by default, it's looking for walls because if you're putting a roof on, you pretty much are going to have walls. So we're going to go here and notice what I do. When I touch this, I see a dashed blue line showing up on the outside. I click there and I'm going to click on all 4 sides just like this. So click on all 4 sides just like that. And then you click the green check mark when you're done. Click the green check mark and it creates it. Now, it doesn't look like much here, but if you take a look at it in 3D, it looks like that. That's your flat roof. That's a flat top. And that right there is the first thing that we have going on. So we've got a flat roof, and that is what we have going on there. Let me show you that one more. Yeah, so you go to what you want to do there is you want to go to level 4. Go to level 4, and when you go to level 4 over here, it's going to look like this. And then what you're going to do is, I'll just go ahead and delete this real quickly and do it again. So you're on level 4. And on level 4, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go here to roof, then go to roof by footprint. We're going to do that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to uncheck define slope, uncheck this, give it an overhang of 1 foot, and then we're just going to go ahead and we're going to touch the outside walls here, and here, and here, and here, and then we're going to hit the green check mark, and then we're going to take a look at it in 3D, and it should look like that. Okay. All right, so now that we have that, then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and move on to the next thing, which is to give it a roof slope. Now, let me show you how this is. This is kind of cool here. From this view, you could just do it in this view or could do it in the other view, but we're just going to do it here because we're here. Double click on this, double click on it, and it lights up like that. Just double click on it, and you are ready to edit. Now, when you get into this right now, what you're able to do is you see that purple, that magenta line, that is your roof boundary. And now what we can do is we can slope two opposite sides and it'll give us a gabled roof. This is how it works. Click on this line here. It highlights in blue, and you just tell it you want it to define a slope. Put a check mark there, and you'll notice that this little icon shows up right there. So that tells us that that's defined. We'll click on the opposite one and do the same thing. Lather, rinse, and repeat. We do that. And once we have that, we hit the green check mark, and then we see a roof that looks like that. All right? And that is a more commonly defined roof, okay? Now, what's wrong with this picture? There's a big gap. And so what we're going to do is we're going to click on this wall. Well, I'm going to hover my cursor over it and press my tab key. And when I do that, all of them light up. Let me show you that again. I hover the cursor here, press the tab key, and click. And then when I have that, they're all lit up. Now what I can do is whenever you're working in Revit, always whenever you're working in selecting something, always look to the right. This is where you'll get different information about what is going on in Revit. This one says attach top or base. So go attach, and we're just going to click on the roof. And when you do that, it perfectly mates that particular wall assembly with the roof. And that is how you make a roof. Now, after that, once you got the roof, you can click on it and you can change, like for instance, the roof pitch. And 912 is a fairly steep roof pitch, but let's say I make this a 1212 roof pitch, it's even steeper. Or I can take a little bit of it out of there and I can make it, I'll just go ahead and make it 5. And you make a 512 roof pitch, it looks like that. But you can change it if you want to. So that is how you make a roof, and that is how you make a gable roof. Does that make sense, you guys?
Yeah.
Kind of, sort of, a little bit. Okay, let's do that. You can just close out of that. Just go to File and close it. Anytime you want to, you just go ahead and you can experiment with that as you may want to. So go to File, and we'll close that. You don't need to save the changes. Just leave that alone. And now we go back to here. Yes, sir.
It's giving me the issue again where I can't place down a floor.
Okay, we're gonna do the roof first, and we'll come back to that, okay?
All right.
So let's all do this, everybody. Let's go to level 2. Let's go to level 2. Now, when you go to level 2, this is level 2 right here. And when you go to level 2, this is all you have. This is all you're seeing right now. So what we're gonna do right now is we are going to place a, let's see here. We're gonna place a, on level 2, we're gonna place a floor here. Let's place a floor because what we want to do is we want to have a floor that actually is going to be able to hold different content. Okay, so let's put a floor here. So to do this, we're going to go to, let me look at my other one real quickly here. Here's my other floor. And that just goes, notice that what that does there, that actually goes, let's see, yeah, it just goes inside to inside. So that's what we're going to do here. So over here, we're going to go to our floor tool, which is right here. Go to floor, hit the, click on it. Now we're going to change the floor here because that's not going to be concrete. You wouldn't put concrete up there. We're going to go down here to wood joist, 12-inch wood finish. Wood joist, 12-inch wood finish right here. So click on that. And then we're going to go ahead, we're going to use a rectangle. Really easy to use a rectangle. Put a rectangle, and we're just going to go from here, inside corner, to the inside corner here. Just like that. Click your green check mark, and boom, there is that. And if you turn on realistic, it gives you that look right there. So that is how we put that. How you guys doing with that? That making sense? All right, so that is what we have there. Okay, and let's continue on. We'll do the roof, and then I'll just kind of help troubleshoot you guys, and we'll go here. Okay, so now that we got that, now we're on level 2. We're going to put the roof on. Okay, so to put the roof on, we do the exactly what I did before. We're going to go to roof. Now this roof is actually a shingle roof. This is basic roof generic. So I'm going to change the type of roof here to wood rafter, 8-inch asphalt shingle insulated. It's the one on the bottom. We'll just use that. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and use define slope. This side defines a slope. This side defines a slope. The other two do not. So then I uncheck define slope and do the other two. This is the easiest way to do it. And once you've got that, you'll notice that you have the marker right here. I'll go ahead and make that really clear. You're gonna have this right here. You got one here, and you got one here. You don't have one here, and you don't have one here. They don't exist, okay? So those are not, there's not there. So we don't have that. Let's try that again. Okay, so that is what we have. Now, once you've got that, hit the green check mark, and let's see how we did. And when you hit the green check mark, it says, would you like to attach the highlighted walls to the roof? Yes, you would. Hit attach, and then take a look at it in 3D, and now you've got that. And that is how you put in a roof, and that is how to make it a gable roof. Okay, now we are into 5:10. We got 15 minutes. Okay, so that is far. So we've got this. Now at this point, we've done that. Now for those of you that are feeling pretty comfortable, level 2 needs a window over on this side. You want to put that in, and then for those that want to wax bold, which is not that hard, we're going to put in the attic stairs. The attic stairs, you can place them. I'm not too worried about this, but your attic stairs are right here. I actually went ahead and I found these. It's a pretty cool thing. You got the attic stairs right here. You want this first one. It's 22 by 47. And you just bring this in, and you bring, you know, see that right there? And then as you place it in there, you can go ahead and you can just like click. It doesn't rotate right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click right here. I'm going to drop it. And then once I've dropped it, I can hit that, and then I can select it and try it again.
What section is this under?
This is the attic stair. So you go to component,
Okay.
and you find this one right here, 22 by 47. Okay, now once you've got that, you actually, it's easier to control it on the first floor. So go to level 1 and level 1. And I'm going to take this, which one is the one I did? I don't know. Which one is this? Yeah, this is it. So then you take this, and then you can just hit your space bar, and you can rotate. That's the easiest way to do it. And just kind of move it into a position roughly like that. Doesn't have to be exact, but that's how you go ahead and place it. And then you've got your attic stairs in place. All right. Now, the last thing you're going to want to do is put a window over here. Once you've done that, you're going to save it. You have to bring it next week. So save that. Okay, so now putting it all together, what we're going to do for the rest of tonight is make sure you have your floors in place. Make sure you have your roof in place. You want to drop in the attic stairs, and then you want to actually finish this off. Once you got that, save it. And we're going to be working on this on Thursday and next Tuesday and maybe next Thursday too. So that's where we're going right now. So this is going to take a little bit of time, but I want to make sure that we're all moving in the right direction. If you're comfortable, that's as far as we're taking it tonight. So you can leave a little bit early if you'd like to. Do not hand it in. We're not hanging it in yet. This is not to be submitted by Brightspace. So you don't want to do that. So you want to go ahead and just save this. Make sure you're saving it. Send it to yourself if you don't have a USB, but make sure you do that. And now I'm going to troubleshoot anyone who needs help. So Colin, you seen it? So need help with that?
I figured it out.
Okay, very good. I like it when that happens because then you learn more than if I just tell you. Yes, sir.
Can you please show attic stairs answer there?
The what now?
Attic stairs.
The attic stairs. Okay, to go to the attic stairs, what you do is you want to be on level 2. You go to component here. And when you go to component, you go to the attic stairs right here. Okay, you hit this drop down and you scroll down here. And the one that we're using is the 22 by 47, this one right here. Okay. All right, and then just drop it right on here. And then you have to rotate it on the first floor, just the way they made the stairs. I didn't design them. So that's how those work. Okay, so save your work. And then at that point, if anyone needs help, let me know. I'll help you. And we can go ahead and work on this and make sure you guys are comfortable there. Yeah, so I'm just looking right now. So feel free to ask, or you can ask a neighbor if you'd rather do that. I totally get that. And I'm here to help out as best as I can. So you can go ahead and work on that as you're doing this. All right, let me just check a couple things here while you're doing that.
22 by 47, right?
What's that?
22 by 47.
22, yeah, that's the one. 22 or 47. Yeah. Yes, I is. Oh, you don't want that. Yeah, you don't want that. And all you gotta do is close out of there and close out of there. Just hit the app, just close out of there. Okay, so all you want to do is your Revit is actually right there. So just click on that. Okay, and Okay. All right, let's see here, all right, not sure what's going on with that, so let me grab this chair. So I can sit up here and see what's happening. Okay, let's try that, so you're in right space, that's good, and, you should be, yeah, you should have to delay this here, let's see here. Okay, so if you could, okay, it said, okay, so your email address is not being recorded. And so you can log in right now with your own, you're logging right now? Yeah, okay, all right, so you're here and you use the window. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's see how we, okay, so I'm gonna go here. Department apps, it should be here. And this is what you will do. And what is grab.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely.
Okay.
Yes, that's what else you This is one of like just to read it. Oh, this one's adjusted. The one which thing is up.
Doesn't work with
I'll go to first. So please. Please not. Okay, go to first.
Now you don't have it on the site.
How does that?
What is your,
I don't care.
okay.
I might just stop inside.
Okay, all right, you're in now. Good. All right, so yes, okay, so that's good. So now that you're in, okay, looks like the light use it's right on.
Yes.
So now let's do this. Let's go ahead.
And then just keep going.
Right. That's it for tonight. So once you're done, you save your work, and we'll meet you guys. Yeah, that's it. We'll see you guys. There's only one double. Look at the plans, and that's it. That's it. Look at the plan. It's no surprises.
There should be three.
yeah.
Okay. So you're set up for now. Actually, my shoes, so you should be good to go. So next time you should do that. That is how we do that. So, no, you should be able to, if you have a computer at home, you should have no problem, you just log in the same objects.
Yeah.
So yeah, what you do is you go home, and what you do is you just go to the MCC site, and you do the exact same thing, so you go to right space, and then you go to right space, you decide it's your stuff, and then you go. And you should see this one as well. And then there, right here. Yeah, well, yeah, that's where you're going to go. But what I would do is, if you haven't done any other stuff here, what I've got right here. Your email's working now too. That's the same you guys' email. Okay. So what I've got going on here is, the first thing we did is classroom project. So you want to start. So if you go to classroom project, I actually put this into YouTube, and I sent that to you guys. So actually, if you go to your mail and just look for the classroom project YouTube, I got that all up there. And so you should be able to go up there and go through the steps, because I go through it step by step exactly like that. And so it's actually screen capture right. So work on the classroom project. You don't have Revit folder. You don't have it. You do. Okay, and then you okay, then what do we need? You'll have to download Revit. It takes about 45 minutes to download this stuff. So if it takes a while, don't lose faith, because it takes a long time. And okay, so that's what you want to do. So you want to look that up. And then once you got that, yeah.
That's where.
Oh, that's just a little thing which is great. And so, that's not bad. That's something you can use. And the thing is, it'll help you learn. That's good. And yeah, so you just go through that and start to learn it. That's great. That's a good place to start. And then you can download the software. So when you get home, what you're going to be saying to Autodesk, now if it asks you to pay any money or to sign up with the plan, get out.
All right.
Free trial is free. It is free. It's for you. Okay. Right? So when it asks you, though, because some students run in and say, Mr. Burton says we pay $4,000. No. You're in the wrong place. Get out. That means you some up in the wrong turn. And so just get out of there and just try to download it from there. And the thing is, I don't know what machine you have. Most machines, they have like at least 16 gigs of RAM. You can run them. You're good to go. But that's But I don't know if you're gaming with it. It should be fine. Make sense? Very good. We're gonna get there. I'd love to catch up on, but we'll get there. I have a question. Yes, sir.
So I'm noticing that like.
We'll
You
sit
go to
down.
first floor and
Well,
take
I'll
the
be sure.
first floor.
Right. Okay, all right. Let's see here. Okay, and that is that's Jackson?
Yep.
Okay, all right, let me go ahead, check that out. Okay, I'm looking.
So I'm noticing with these two values, like it looks like it's like 1 inch off. But down here, it's the right.
Yeah, I'll show you what you want to do. This is easily fixed.
Okay.
Zoom into your door.
This one?
Okay, click on that door. Okay, now your arrow keys. Press your left arrow key. Again, stop.
Oh, the door.
Yep, door is off by 1 inch.
Okay, thank you.
And then you want to position the dimensions so that you have a nice string right there.
Oh, like
You want them all in a line. Yes, and you see they find each other just like that. Yeah, that's it. Perfect. You're killing it. Great. Very good.
And then I forgot how to tab or like number the door.
Oh, okay.
I forgot.
Okay, that's a tag. First of all, get rid of that extra dimension. You don't need that. That little 5-foot dimension, just click right on there and just press your delete key. You can do it that way. I'll be with you, Colin. Yeah, okay, so what you want to do is now what you want to do is you go to the annotate tab, and then you're going to go to tag by category. Annotate tab is on the top of your ribbon, and tag by category is around the middle, right underneath that green identified modified doors. Go to tag by category right there. Click on that. Now, when you go to tag by category, you want to go to the properties and you want to uncheck leader line. Go to the properties, we'll check. Yeah, now go ahead and touch that door. There you go. And now you want to click on that and turn it into number 1. So zoom into it, click on the edge of that little yeah, make it number 1, just like that. And then you click on it and you move it up. Click on that and move it up. So click right on that and then just yeah, okay, just click on it and then with it selected, yes, you can use your arrow keys, you can just drag it up. Yeah, that's it. And then it's lather, rinse, and repeat for the others, okay?
Yep.
All right. Yes, sir, Colin.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to rotate the attic stairs.
Okay, go to the first floor
Right?
and then click on the attic stairs and press your space bar.
It's not showing anything on my screen. Should I place the attic stairs first?
Yes, you have to place the attic stairs first. You cannot rotate them. I mentioned that when I was showing you. So you
Okay.
cannot rotate them on the second floor. You cannot rotate them on placement. You have to place them and then you have to rotate them from the first floor.
All right.
Yep.
Do that.
That's how that works. Yes.
Can you go into mine and see why
Yep.
I'm not getting the correct number?
Sure. Let's see what's going on here. All right. All right, looking at it. Yep.
So it's 30 feet across.
Okay.
I got the 4 and the 5. And then the 13 and the 4 are off, they're off.
Yep. I'll show you why. What you want to do is zoom into your door.
Go into my door.
Zoom into that door. Yeah. Okay. Zoom in a little tighter. Okay. Now select it. Make sure it's selected. Okay. Zoom out a little bit so you can see your dimensions. Okay. There. Now select the door and now press your right arrow key once. Okay. Zoom in a little tighter and press your left arrow key. There it is, 4 feet. Now look at your rest of your dimensions. They're all good now. Okay, so what happened is your door was just an inch off. That's all.
Okay.
So yeah, but it all adds up. And so yeah, and I'm glad you learned that because that's an important thing to learn. Then you can just grab your dimensions and kind of like adjust them so that they're all in a line. Okay.
When I put the garage doors, I lost you when you put these in.
Yeah.
And then I think you wanted me to set this backwards or this
Okay.
is wrong, right? You wanted us to move this.
Yeah, okay, well, this is all you got to do. Okay, so let me just take over for a second. I'll show you what you do. And so, all right, well, this is what you do. Now, when you got this right here, you want this to it's supposed to go to the inside. So you take this and you drag it to the inside like that. So you got that. And then you do it over here too. It all adds up if you did it right. So you got that one. Now, once you do that, it says 9 feet. And then you grab this one. Release that, you grab this, and then you just go ahead and now you know where that one's supposed to be, so you just go ahead and make those go together. Should go like that. All right. You might have an extra dimension here, I don't know, but then over here.
That explains it, yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll do the same thing over here. Like that. Perfect. And then this one, we'll pull this over here. All right. And this one. That's not quite right, so we'll, okay. All right, and then, okay, go here, there, to there. Okay, it's 2'1", so we'll make sure that that's what it's supposed to be. So 9'1" is not right. So we're going to take this and we're going to move this. It has to go to the inside track. Let's get an inside track like this, like that. Perfect. And then this over here needs to go down a little bit. So with this door selected, that distance, we're going to go here. I'll bear with you, my friend. All right, I'll bear with you. And the thing is, so we got that, and then we'll go, yeah, don't go here. I'm gonna go down like this. And I just want to take this down till it's 2 feet. So it's 2 feet from the edge. Okay, 2 feet, 9 feet, 2 feet, 7. So what do we got there? 9 feet. What happened there?
Could there probably be,
Oh, we'll get it. We'll get it. We're almost there. I'm not too worried about it. It's just as long as you and I'm assuming you have the outside dimension correct. I think we already checked that. So if you did, now that's 1'4.5", so that means
that's
this.
where-
Yeah, door just needs to go down a little bit. That's all it is. So all these things add up, but they're not going to add up if anything's not exact. So part of what I'm trying to do here is to get you guys to kind of just troubleshoot these things, and as you do that, you become more adept at this stuff, and you can see what's going on. So that's really the deal. There you go, and that's solved right there. Okay,
all right, thank you so much.
save your work.
Oh.
Okay, Colin, what we got going on?
When I opened up the template for the roof practice, it messed it up, and now I can only save it as a template.
Okay, well then, not a problem. Just go ahead and save it as a template. Save the project, and you want to go to your desktop, and you're going to give it the appropriate name, which is going to be Custom Garage. Yep, and just type in a space, and then your last name, space dash your last name, just like I've said every time, and go ahead and save it, and I'll close it. Just go to File and Close. You already saved it. You don't need to do that again. Okay, go to File and Close. All right, now go to New and go to Browse. Okay, go to your desktop, or you just save that. And where did you save that? Do you know where you saved it? Okay. Go to your desktop. I told you to save it to your desktop. I'm not sure where you saved it. Okay. Did you save it in the S drive, or what did you do? S drive. Did you save it to a flash drive? What did you do?
You don't have.
You don't know. You don't know. Okay. All right. Let me just take over here. Because you saved it somewhere. I don't know where you saved it. So that presents a problem. Okay, here's the most recent one.
Thank you so much.
All right, have a good night.
You too.
I think I see it.
Yeah. 7:55, that's it. So we're gonna open that. Okay, and this is why, and you can say you did it the way I told you to. This tells me you didn't, because it never does this. So once you've done this, though, it's not a big deal. Just the thing is, you never double click on a template. You don't do that.
Yeah.
So now you go to
template for the
well,
stair practice.
So you go to save. Okay, it's still a template. Okay, so now we have to do is we have to close out of here. It's just kind of a pain to have to do this. That's all. So you go to New, and I go to Browse. Now here, find that. Assume that's it right there. Yeah, that's right. So there, and then you hit OK. Then we go to File, And we'll go to save as project. Okay, now what you're gonna do is I'm going to give you control and you go ahead now and you type in the proper name. And get rid of the RTE and get rid of the dot. And go ahead and click, okay, that's good. And go ahead and save it. Now you save that as a Revit file. Now you can close it. And then if you don't have a USB drive, you want to go ahead, you want to send it to yourself, or you want to just go ahead and save it. So yeah. Yes, sir. Got a question?
Yeah, I didn't know.
Okay. All right. Let me jump in there. All right. And so let's see what we got here. All right. Okay, let's see what years go. All right. Okay, taking a look. Yep.
Like right here.
Yep.
It's supposed to be 2 feet.
Yep. Okay, and here's what you want to do. As you're working with this, what you've got to do is first of all make sure that okay, that's correct there, and then what you want, this actually has to go here to this, right there to this one. Right now, first of all, you got to thin your lines. Okay, got to thin your lines, or it's virtually impossible to do any of this. So we talked about that before, and then you want to take this, and this goes the inside, always the inside. All right, so that goes the inside there, and then this one goes also to the inside. So we should go the inside, and then this floor right here should not be that one. This one should actually be a garage, generic 12-inch. That makes it a lot easier to work with it. Okay, so then we have that. Okay, so now over here, this one has to be 2 feet as well. So that's 2 feet, but the 2 feet should go to the inside, which is right there. And then that's 2'1". So then what we have to do is we have to take this and move it down an inch. So we're down here, and that's 2 feet right there. And then what we have to do with this one is this one has to move up this way 1 inch, just like that. And then we got that. Everything should line up, and it does. Okay, and then your 24, we pull that out. Yeah, so yeah, that's all it was. And that is kind of what everyone else has been running into as well. It's just kind of a pain to get all these things, but you had it, the items, they just had to move a little bit. Other than that, this one over here, yeah, this one, if you click on this one right here, it's going to give you that, and that is actually what you want. And then what you want to do is you want these to be outside to outside, and then so what we'll do is we'll just take this, and now this needs to go. Yeah, you got to force it to go here. And it doesn't do it easily. You got to force it to go right along here and release it right there. And it's not doing it. So for some reason, it doesn't like that window.
See you on Thursday.
Yep. See you next time.
Thank you.
Yeah. See you, man. All right. So then work on this one, and we get this one. We'll be okay. So this one, we'll just go ahead and move it over a little bit. There it is, 12'6". Now we got that. If you click on this, we should be able to get these others. This one is good. So we'll pull this one down just like that. And then the other one, being kind of a booger, but we'll get it. Come on, you. For some reason, it's not finding that. Okay. There it is. Now it did. Oh, I had it. Okay, try it again. That's correct. So click there. 12'6", 12'6". And then we'll go here. And can I save this project? Custom garage master. All right. Okay. What you want to do here is you want to save this. Go to File, Save As, Project. Okay, and yeah, you don't want the PDF. You don't want that in there. So the PDF is not necessary for this. And because yeah, you just want this to be custom garage with dash last name. And your last name is Bryce. Is what now?
Davis Johnson.
Davis Johnson. Okay, right. With a hyphen.
Yes.
Okay. Davis Johnson. All right, and that's good. We'll go ahead and hit save. Go there. Okay, good. So then we got that, and that's good. And then the last thing we do, I'm gonna grab this and pull it down a little bit. This comes down just like that. And then I'm gonna put one more dimension in here just to make sure we're where we should be. And I think we are. Here to there. We pull it down like that. And then this goes here. And that goes like that. Okay, good. All right, so then we save it. And then unless I missed it, I'm not sure you got the roof in.
Do I have the correct roof? I think.
Let's get rid of this one. Need that. Let's take a look. 3D. Okay, okay, you got a roof, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna just change a little bit here. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna take the this one does not need a slope, so we just uncheck slope there. And this doesn't need a slope. So we'll click on this and uncheck slope there. And that gives it a proper roof. This just looks better. And we'll attach this. And there you go. All right. And then the roof, actually, we're going to change that to be this one. Gives a little bit more realistic look right there. And then next week we're going to get to the window. But that's pretty much, oh, we just need to do one thing here. And that is your floor needs to be, yeah, floor needs to go to the exterior. So in this particular case, it missed it by a bit. So we can take this and drag it just like that. And then we'll do this right here. Yeah, it should be right to the edge. And this is all just refinements that, you know, we go through and, you know, you learn on your first projects. That's what we're going through right now. All right, so we got that. We'll go to 3D and there you go. That looks great. And then we're going to go ahead and save it. And so now that's saved and it's saved your desktop. Now, do you have a USB drive?
I do.
Okay, just go ahead and take that, and you know how to put that on your USB drive?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll let you handle that, and I'll just go ahead and do this, and then we'll continue working on this tomorrow. I mean Thursday. All right?
Thank you.
Yeah, looking good. Looking good. Okay. I think I can turn this off.